Hi. It has been 3 years since I uploaded. Bro, if I could just lose my neck, that'd be cool. So I have not made a video in 3 years, and I just wanted to touch base with an audience that I could relate to, because even now I find myself struggling being a victim of domestic violence and a toxic relationship and substance abuse. I will have a year sober in January, so I have that going. But I just felt like if I could share my experience and be able to like touch someone or help someone, that it'd be worth it, because I have held all this pain in for so long. Being in an abusive relationship for like 6 years, I lost a lot of friends on the way. He completely isolated me from everybody, even my family. And I still have like a really hard time talking about it. Like, I act like it doesn't upset me, but like I will get like flashbacks and PTSD, and it's like I still relive it every day. And being in something so toxic for so long, like, definitely like puts a strain on you. I'm happy to say that I now live states away. He can't find me anymore. I'm finally moving on. It's been almost a whole year since I moved away, and like, he still crosses my mind, like, not because I want him to, but just because like I lived, breathed, and slept, and I was obsessed with him just like he was obsessed with me. We started dating when I was 17 in 2016, and this carried on till 2021. And when they say that once he like sorry, my family's talking. When they say that when he does it once, he'll keep doing it, it's the absolute truth. It started off so gradual, like just toxic, like typical like young stuff, like arguing, blocking each other, unblocking each other, like imposed, being petty. And then it graduated to pushing me, and then pushing me, and then arguing, more verbally abusive. And then I remember one night in 2019, he was drinking, and it always happened when he was drinking. He was like a completely different person when he drank. And I think what was hard for me to explain to like my family and all my friends, when they're like, you need to leave him, why are you still with him? It was like, because when it was good, it was like really good, and we were like best friends. But when it was bad, it was so bad. Like, it was like he was a completely different person. And so it was one night in 2019 in August. We were driving in his car, and I remember he was screaming at me, and he took my head and smashed it on the windshield and started punching the side of my face. And I remember he dropped me off in front of my house and skirted off. And I remember thinking, if I go inside crying and I tell my dad, that's my cousin, sorry, the relationship's over. I'm so in shock and in disbelief that, you know what, I need the comfort of my father. So I go in and tell my dad. My dad hugs me, makes me feel safe. He tells me, that's it, no more. I'm like, okay, fine. So for the next 2 years, I sneak around. I say I'm going to a girlfriend's house. I say I'm doing this, that, and I'm really with him. And the abuse just got worse. So from that point on, we were just getting high together, and it was a very trauma bond relationship. And I mean, I can count on my hands and toes how many times he's beat me up. And the point of me sharing this isn't like, oh, like, sad me. Like, I just want to give women and men, anyone who goes through this, like, hope that, like, when you're stuck in, like, this vicious cycle, like, there is hope, and there is people that care. you're just like so blinded by what you think you know and your feelings that it's like hard to see the truth. But when you break free and like find your own identity, it is the most beautiful thing in the whole world. Like, it's like my identity like no longer is you. It's like I can reinvent my whole self. Like, I can just be free and feel like, and just my spirit can feel detached. Like, I can love again, I can feel loved again. So it got gradually worse over the years. I remember one time we were drinking and he took me home and we started arguing on the way home. And it was all good in the restaurant. He threw my leftover shrimp all in my car. He punched me in the nose. I'm dripping, bleeding blood all down my face. I'm walking up to his apartment. We're still arguing, whatever. I was like, I'm never gonna be with him, whatever. I wake up the next morning. It's like the whole cycle over again. He punches me in the mouth. I have a lip with this rig. And even at that point, like, I still couldn't, like, in my head rationalize, like, okay, he's putting his hands on you. He's beating you to where you could die. I don't know if you could see it from this angle, but I have a scar, from him smashing my head. And so I stay with him. But we weren't really together. It's like we were broken up, like I said. Our families didn't want us together, but we still snuck around, like some Romeo and Julio stuff. Oh, did I just say Romeo and Julio? I meant Juliet. I'm an idiot. So the next time we're in his room, we're arguing. He throws punches. He's choking me out. And my body jolts forward and he sprains my ankle. I mean, my whole ankle's swollen up. I still stay with him. Flash forward 2 more months later, we're going to the beach, we're having a good time, we go to Seaside in Jersey, we're drinking, whatever, we get into as soon as like the alcohol hits like too heavy, that's when we start getting weird with each other. So the alcohol hits, he leaves me on the boardwalk screaming at me, I rip his necklaces off in front of people, he pushes me, people are seeing it, we get into the car, he starts screaming at me, starts putting me down, saying I'm like my addict mother, I'm disgusting, I'm a junkie, I'm blah blah blah. He starts punching me to the side, smacks my face, puts my head down, takes my finger, see my hand here, this finger like no longer naturally sits this way because he took my finger and put it all the way back. And okay, my hair is like all crazy and stuff like that. I have bruises everywhere. I don't think I can actually upload like the pictures and stuff because it's more like a trigger warning, and you know there's like kids and stuff. But I might make a blog and stuff. It's like super weird to show that stuff, but I just like, the pictures are so crazy to see that it's like I'm almost like, you know how women post like before and after pictures of losing weight, like I can put a picture of myself then all beat up, all the videos I have of me bruised, almost dead, and then put a picture of me now in sobriety, living in my own apartment, doing everything for myself, and I can finally just like, I feel like I'm glowing again. Like, I feel like I'm free. Like, I still have to do a lot of work, like lose weight, but sobriety has been so good to me that I'm just happy. And I remember the last time that he got me really bad was last year, the day before Thanksgiving. We were drinking and we get into a really bad fight. He's punching me, pulling me on the carpet, dragging me. I'm screaming. He's yelling at me for screaming loud and crying. He chokes me so hard that a blood vessel pops in my eye and right here, and smashes my phone with a gun to pieces. I don't even realize till the next morning till I'm like, where's my phone? Where's my phone? I look in the trash and it's shattered. And then that was the last time he was really able to physically hurt me. There's still so many other incidents like I could think of, but I feel like that one was like the breaker that like helped me realize I have to go get help and get away from him. in between the past like 2020 to 2021, he was talking to a girl. I'm not gonna say her name because she's crazy, and she tried to press charges on me. Even though, because he was talking to her, but he was still in love with me and obsessed with me. So me and her started going at it, being really petty. She would post things on social media. I would come at her. Then she went to the police and said I was harassing her, like all this stuff, this dramatic stuff, because she wanted to be the girl it was just like this crazy toxicity thing where I was like literally with him for 6 years, like breathed for him, and she comes around, she's like hanging out with his family, trying to be like me, and I was just like, no, bye, Felicia. But I finally like went away to rehab, and I'll have a year clean in January, and I'm in a new relationship now. And you know, I work at a detox as a BHT, and so like life's gotten increasingly better, but there's still days where I'll just sit there and like zone out and like have flashbacks about it because it's just so triggering and like so bad. But I can be like a woman who says that I survived. Like, he didn't take the light out of my soul. He tried for a very long time, but I'm back, and I'm starting to feel like myself again, and I'm starting to be able to wake up and not think about him and not be fearful of my life. And I can look in the camera and mirror and just say, like, I'm proud of who I am. I'm a beautiful girl inside and out, and I didn't like deserve or need that.